Over the years, the Stockholm Water Prize laureates have represented a broad range of water-related activities, professions, and scientific disciplines from around the world. Their groundbreaking scientific discoveries and innovative solutions have changed how we understand and use water. In the past years, I have been honored to chair the nomination committee to select the best candidates for the prize. Like previous years, we were impressed by the many high-quality nominations this time. Based on the deliberations of the committee, the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences decided on this year's laureate, which was then confirmed by the Stockholm International Water Institute. I'm now ready and glad to announce the laureate of the Stockholm Water Prize 2023 is Dr. Andrea Rinaldo. Dr. Andrea Rinaldo is a thought leader in hydrological science whose conceptual and quantitative models have provided in-depth understanding to the field of geomorphology and ecohydrology. In his research, he has uncovered key connections between river networks and the spread of solutes, aquatic species, and diseases. Congratulations, Professor Andrea Rinaldo.
Thank you, Professor Deliang Chen. And now it is time, finally, to meet the laureate. We are calling Venice, Italy. Buongiorno, Professor Andrea Rinaldo of the Ecole Polytechnique Federale di Losanna in Switzerland, and also the Università di Padova. Congratulations, and tell us, what were the first thoughts that went through your mind when you received the news that you are the Stockholm Water Prize laureate of 2023?
It was a big emotion, of course. The very first thing that came to mind was Ignacio Rodriguez Iturbe, Stockholm Water Prize of 2002, a dearest friend and colleague who passed away last October, in fact. And there was a deep emotion for my brain retrieved immediately by the emotion of the moment, both the fond memories of a ceremony which I attended and the sour regret for his loss. But other role models also appear. One is, I thought of Gideon Dagan, the Stockholm Water Prize of 1998, who just turned 90. There was a wonderful event celebrating this in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem lately, which I attended. And also, the role models for me have been also Pete Eagleson, 1997, and Wilfried Brutzert, 2002. And I am humbled by and proud of following their footsteps, if you allow me, or Robert Frost-like. And I am very, very grateful to the Stockholm International Water Institute and the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences.
Thank you. Now, the image that we see behind you is of Venice, the city where you were born. And something happened right there in 1966 when you were 12 years old, which led you onto the path that took you to the point where you are today. Tell us about that.
It's, yes, Venice is always in my mind, as you easily gather from the background and from whatever I do. And when the waters receded and after the great flood of 1966, as you said, I was 12 years old, leaving misery and doubts behind, what a 12-year-old would wonder, like everybody I knew, was, will Venice survive? Because the fragility of a place, its vulnerability, in fact, its relationship to the water was obvious. And it was very clear then that the entire relation between the city, the built and the natural environment, and the waters that were foundational to my hometown would have to be rethought completely. Mind you, it was cycling in the 1,000+ years of a life of a Venetian Republic, in fact. But certainly the moment was asking for it. But certainly my issues in water and water issues originated then, also building on a family legacy of hydraulic engineering. And I guess you can say that it led to a mission in life, perhaps.
Now, the Stockholm Water Prize provides you with a megaphone of sorts and hopefully the ears of decision makers. What is the one important thing that you would like to communicate and really make the world understand?
Yes, Pekka, my punchline is this. Time is ripe to rethink distributive justice of water resources management and to reduce inequalities on a global scale. When I traveled to the south of the world to study the spreading of waterborne disease, which I did for many years, in fact, I see that access to safe water distribution networks is socially biased, but the ownership of a cell phone is not. When we acknowledge that large-scale water management plans may cause loss of biodiversity or, say, foster the spread of poverty, reinforcing disease, we easily account for the economic impact of improved agriculture on the local economy. But we do not yet put a price tag on the ecosystem services that we lose for good, nor to the true cost of disease. This has to change. We now have the tools.